We're United States citizens standing on a public sidewalk, and we're being harassed by Metro.
In 1984, the Culinary Union launched one of the largest strikes in Las Vegas history. Over 17,000 workers took to the streets to protest 32 strip resorts.
We pay your salary, mister.
Over 900 of them landed in jail.
Toward the middle of the labor dispute, it got to the point that we were all exhausted. And it was hours and hours of waiting for just a few minutes of being screamed at and spit at and yelled at, and working 12-hour shifts. And everybody said the overtime was wonderful, but after a while you were so exhausted that you just wanted to go home.
At one point, it became evident that reinforcements were needed, and the police academy was the place to find them. Dick Wingate was in charge at the time.
And I'll never forget, those young people were very anxious. Most of them had no experience. They saw what was happening on the strike lines, and they were very concerned.
Julie Butterfield was a recruit in Class 184.
It's like going to the circus for the first time or something like that. It was, here we were in the academy, quite a little isolated environment. And I remember sitting in class, and this was like a month and a half, maybe 2 months before we even graduated. And then they said, okay, swore us all in and put us on a bus. And then we went up and set up behind the MGM, you know. So like I said, it was like, wow, what's going on here? And then we were teamed up with patrol people and basically at work on the job. Never did finish the academy, just came back and said, well, you made it.
Julie's class photo still remains the most unique in Metro history. Later that year, the Clark County Detention Center opened its doors, and some of the first VIP visitors were those that worked on the consent decree.
And without even thinking, he grabs the door and slams it behind us. Well, the place wasn't open yet. The keys weren't there. The guy with the keys was leaving on a 3-day weekend and was no longer in the detention center. He'd taken off early, and so we were sitting there like this, wondering if we were going to eat for the next 3 days or how we were going to get out of the new Clark County jail.
Long story short, the first escape at CCDC actually happened before the prisoners arrived. Another milestone took place that same year when two veteran friends ran into each other at an officer-involved shooting.
I showed up from Internal Affairs, and there was Eddie Jensen, vice cop. And I'm through doing what we needed to do in Internal Affairs. At that time, our system was different. I said, what are you doing here? He said, I don't know. He says, I just came down here because I know how I felt when I was in a shooting, and I felt lost. He said, and everybody was telling me, hey, hang in there, stiff upper lip, you did the right thing. But he says, I never... While I appreciated it, I knew that there was something missing. And he says, I just came down here to see how the guy feels.
I told him about these thoughts I was having, if there's some way that we as a department could deal with officer-involved shootings or the trauma of officer-involved shootings, that if we could make a difference just in one officer's life, then it'd be worth us doing this work. And Sheriff Moran called Keller up and says, listen, if you and Jensen think you can make a difference in helping your officers, I'll give you 6 months just to try it out.
Well, we're going on 40 years now, and the program expanded to include all department employees. The Police Employees Assistance Program, or PEAP, has been recognized as one of the finest programs of its kind in the nation. On October 11th, 1988, Motor Officer Mark Carey was shot and killed in the area of Charleston and Lamb while assisting on a violent family disturbance call. He spotted the suspect's vehicle, which stopped abruptly. The suspect jumped out shooting and killed Carey before he could exit his motorcycle. It had been 9 years since the last line-of-duty death.
Well, here we are in Mojave in Washington. Directly behind me is the former Northeast Area Command, or to those officers who used to work here, Fort Mojave. Adjacent to that is Metro's first dedicated training center, which housed the academy and the in-service training section. It should be noted that it also housed the first video unit, and we have video and stories.
Yes, lots and lots of stories. You see, the video unit was initially created to produce training videos as the department slowly transitioned from using overheads and outside training films. Most times, the subjects we covered were serious, but on occasion we could interject a little Dennis and Greg humor, and luckily Sheriff Moran got a kick out of it.
How you doing? I'm Officer Larson. But before we get to that, we have to step up to the most important thing that you do have with you when you leave the briefing room, and that is your big gulp. You have that in the field when you're short of breath, or you've just finished handling that hot call and you need a cool refreshment. Hold on, one more thing. You can't work the field without sunflower seeds. Okay, you got everything there? This is the computer we've been speaking of that we're going to be showing you today. But before getting to that big gulp, you've got to make sure it's set safely someplace so that you can access it at any time. If you'll notice, that was computer terminology. Now back to the computer. For a day of crime fighting, it's at the flip of a switch. This thing here is very easy to check. The principle is this. Oh my God! We've had an accidental discharge. Just a minute here, let me go around here. I didn't see the attendant. Did you see the gas attendant when we went by here?
I think it's self-serve, sir.
I don't believe so. They wouldn't have done that to us.
Officer, did you see that man? He ran the stop sign.
Dang, neighborhood watch stuff is getting out of hand.
Well, like family, if the truth be known, just like Ken, you'll always be shown a good time.
What the hell's a damn siren?
Modern day crime fighter needs every tool he can get. Today, we're trying to look at computers here. We're using them. You can run people, you can run vehicles, but the main point is you always keep an eye on that computer lens. You never take it off there because you never know when you're gonna... Just a minute. Now I gotta get another big gulp. I gotta get another car, and these computers, I cannot believe it. I can't believe computers.
And by the way, no cars or birds, for that matter, were damaged in the making of these videos. And yes, it was a blank.
You know it's unsafe and unlawful to leave a motor vehicle running and unattended. If I were a police officer, I'd write her a ticket. But I'm not.
592 vehicles are stolen each month in Las Vegas. Don't be foolish and lose your car to a thief.
The primary responsibility of the Metro Air Support Detail is to provide our patrol personnel with aerial observation and communications. In the last 5 months, the Metro Air Support Detail has flown approximately 1,400 flight hours. We've responded to 2,500 calls for service, assisted in 663 arrests, and we've recovered 51 stolen vehicles.
The video unit's mission quickly began to diversify, and it was eventually transferred to the Office of Public Information, where it remains today. And it has a reputation as being one of the best in the nation. Probably one of the most memorable videos produced, started as just an intro to our training videos. But it quickly took on the department's image, and the sheriff wanted to use it publicly. This is simply the best. The video played in different forms over the years, and Tina Turner, well, she actually endorsed the video, and she enjoyed watching it when she performed in town. Dennis and I eventually returned back to the field, and we left the unit in very capable hands. But I was never too far away, and right before I retired, I got to produce one last Simply the best.
Don't let the green grass fool ya! Don't let it fool ya! Don't let it change your mind! You're simply the best! Better than all the rest! Better than anyone! Anyone I ever met!
Congratulations. Glad to have you.
When southbound on Bruce towards the Mavericks, there's going to be a 470. Adam 44.
Adam 44. Emergency Brown.
In closing, I just simply say this to you. You know, Metro has something that we play all the time called Simply the Best. Almost want to sing it as I'm standing in front of you, but I'm a bad singer. So I just say, you know, they came up with that a long time ago. I believe that. I'm so excited to lead this organization and to work alongside of all of you. God bless you. God bless Metro, and God bless USA. Thank you.
The underlying feeling was, you know, just leave us alone, because everybody's afraid of giving up something.
After about 5 weeks of grappling with that, we scrapped it, and we just looked at each other and said, well, we ought to do the right thing and just merge the entire police department and sheriff's office.
We interrelated all the time, so we were not strangers to each other.
It meant somebody giving up turf, somebody giving up identity. And so it was amazing that they were able in 1973 to do this and to accomplish something that's had a very good purpose, and I think is respected today as the right decision.
After considerable debate, the policy was reached that policemen within the makeup would wear hairstyles consistent with what we believe to be proper in the federal police. That is, clean shaven, sideburns moderately long, but not extending below the bottom of the ear. Hair to be cut so that it tapers down to not extend over the back of the collar. We realized that this probably places certain stresses on people entering the profession to do their thing, but we feel it's a necessity.
About 6 months ago, I wouldn't have bet a dime that we'd be here today. And I just want to thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Kalana, now a government informant, is the prosecution's star witness in the upcoming Spilantro trial.
The new jail is scheduled to open in June of next year.
And I think we're going to do a fine job. These people are dedicated, the patrolmen, their morale is up. Everyone's looking forward to doing something to suppress crime in our community.
The victory on the police bond issue is seen by political observers as a vote of confidence for Sheriff John Moran and the Metro Police Department. For years, police officials have been complaining of a sorely lacking communication system. But in the past, a lack of funds on the county level meant little could be done. This time, the sheriff took his needs directly to the voters.
Well, it's going to mean a faster response time. And naturally, when you reduce response time, age-old law enforcement formula, the faster you can get a car to the scene of a crime, your capture rate will increase. And it's going to mean a better service to the entire community.
Close up the group, you guys. Get it up tight. Those the two battles over here.
This strategic planning process has given us a chance to focus on our tasks, our mission, our vision, and to use our values to guide them. Raise your right hand, please. In the last 2 years alone, we've added 357 new employees to this police department in every area: corrections, police, and the civilian expertise we so desperately need to support the police role in our community. And the future is even brighter.
This special edition of Cops was filmed with the Metropolitan Police Department of Las Vegas, Nevada.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Bill Young.
I, Bill Young.
Do solemnly swear.
Obviously, fighting crime in this community is my top priority. I want to make sure that this is the safest community in America. It has to be. We have a tourism-based economy, as you know, but I want every citizen to feel safe and secure in their home. And I put together a great team that will continue the great work of Metro.
I, Douglas Charles Gillespie,
Do solemnly swear.
do solemnly swear Well, you know, in each one of these instances over the past year, all 4 times, I went and met with the families. And each time that I was there, one of the things that I told them was, I, as well as the organization, will be there forever. And I'm committed to that.
6482. May he rest in peace. Secure. Final.
I feel so sorry for these young people, young policemen. You just have to be so careful, and you got to be as strong. They've got to be a different caliber guy. They got to be educated, and I think they've done a great job with these academies. And I don't know what to say. They're just unsung heroes. They really are.
That I will support, protect, and defend.
I think if you talk to Sheriff Lamb many, many years ago, I think they could have given up on creating the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, but they didn't. Nobody envisioned what it is today when it was formed back in 1973. The way I look upon some of what it is that I do here is there's a part of my job that's a legacy of a number of great leaders. And it's my job to continue to take this organization forward. And I believe we're doing that.
I, Joseph Lombardo.
I, Joseph Lombardo.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear. The sheriff's job is to support the organization, support LVMPD. The sheriff's job is to support the community. I will provide that vision and direction.
16910 means we got shots fired, 415 ASF. Route 291 sounded like an automatic firearm.
But I think, when you're in that moment, you focus on what needs to be done. And we all knew what needed to be done.
We hung breaches on the door. I covered them. He hung the breach. We backed up into the small area on the stairwells that we were staged, and we then blew the door.
Officers were taking rocks and bottles from the crowd. Officers were attempting to get some of the protesters in custody when a shot rang out and our officer went down. The officer was transported to University Medical Center in critical condition. I'm sorry to report that one of our officers was killed in the line of duty this morning. The incident demonstrates the dangers our officers face every day just putting on the uniform and doing their job. Well, there's a lot of bright things to look forward to, as an agency. And more importantly, thank you. I'm gonna miss you guys, man.
will well and truthfully perform
all of the duties
of
the Office of Sheriff
with
the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department,
the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department,
on which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Sheriff.
We have the right people. We have this opportunity laid out in front of us to go out and make people in this community wonder how in the hell did this police department do what it's been doing. Cops matter. The civilian members of this organization matter. We're going to work on taking care of you in ways we've never taken care of you before, and we are going to take care of this community in ways we've never taken care of it before. I'm so excited to lead this organization and to work alongside of all of you. God bless you. God bless Metro, and God bless USA. Thank you.